What up, everybody? OG Kanan, the narrator, said it best at the end of Raising Kanan, Season 2, when Unique saved Rock's life from the hitters sent by Sal Baselli. He said that the game f***ed up a whole lot of shit. It turns your friends into enemies and your enemies into friends. And in Power Book Force, Tommy's closest friend in the game has been Diamond Sampson, connecting with Diamond soon after getting to Chicago and forming an alliance with him before ultimately becoming his business partner at the end of Season 1, the beginning of Season 2. But the game has started to even mess the relationship between Diamond and Tommy up as well, and potentially turning friends into enemies, as Diamond has been plotting behind Tommy's back on how to get rid of his nephew, D-Mac, only for Tommy to walk in on Diamond telling D-Mac, "Welcome back in CBI," at the end of episode 3. And if we know anything about Tommy, it's that he's not going to let this slide. It's like what Tommy told Tasha in Season 6 of Power when he took a shot at Ghost and missed and killed Angela. He said, "Ghost tricked me into killing my father. If you think I'm going to let some shit like that slide, then you don't know who the f*** I am." And we can say the same thing in regards to Tommy and Diamond with this whole D-Mac situation. And the more he finds out about what's been going on, Tommy's not going to let it slide, even if he keeps working with Diamond for now to keep the peace. Because at this point, Tommy already has a list of enemies, including Roberto Ortega, Miguel Garcia, and none other than the U.S. Attorney herself, Stacey Marx, who has a vendetta against Tommy Egan. Tommy and Stacey Marx already had a face-to-face encounter in Season 2 when Stacey confronted Tommy, accusing him of killing Agent Vargas. And of course, Tommy knows that Stacey is trying to use Vic Flynn to get information on him. So because of that, Tommy told Vic that he needs to get information on Stacey Marx for him to find out her weakness and something that Tommy can use. And when Vic told Tommy that he overheard Stacey was running for mayor, Tommy said that he always wanted a mayor in his pocket because anybody with that much ambition is easy to manipulate. And this was a clue that Tommy was going to try to flip Stacey Marx at some point, otherwise he wouldn't have mentioned having her in his pocket. We also know that something else that Tommy could potentially use against Stacey is her divorce that's currently going on with Bobby DeFranco. But after Tommy told Vic to get dirt on Stacey, Vic started pursuing Ray, the assistant to Donna Jackson of the DNC. And in episode 3, Vic ultimately found out that Stacey was in need of money to fund her campaign because of the fact that several donors have dropped out because of her divorce and her history that isn't good with the Chicago PD. It was mentioned that Stacey had a case into the Chicago PD at one point, and I don't think they said too many details about what this case was about, but it was likely trying to dig into corruption within the Chicago PD, keeping in mind it was revealed in episode 3 that several members of the Chicago PD are living double lives and also working with the street gang, the 9-7s. So after finding out that Stacey was in need of money through Ray, Vic suggested to Tommy that he could become Stacey's biggest contributor. Either though we didn't hear how Tommy reacted to this because Vic said this over a voicemail. And because the fact that Tommy is piling up enemies in Chicago, he might also end up needing a friend in high places. With the addition of Ortega and Miguel, like I talked about at the beginning of the video, it's only a matter of time until Tommy and Diamond are divided also. Now, a common misconception about Tommy Egan is that he would never snitch on anyone. But Tommy's idea of what snitching is kind of changed in Season 5 of Power when he was talking to his father, Tony Teresi, and Teresi was expressing regret concerning staying loyal to Vincent and the mob instead of snitching. And when Tommy mentioned Teresi regretted not ratting, Teresi told Tommy, a rat is only a rat if he rats on somebody he should be loyal to. If you inform on somebody that you don't give two shits about to advance your own cause, that's just business. Something that Ghost already used to his advantage, even if it meant framing someone or setting them up. Right after that, Tommy showed up at Angela's apartment asking for the tracker that she took off his car and was going to help Angela set up Trey in the Jimenez by putting the tracker on Dre's car. When he told Angela, I got a problem. The thing is, my problem is your problem. I'm thinking maybe I can help you to help me. And we saw Tommy use this philosophy again when he used Vic Flynn being a snitch to set up Ortega, Mirkovich, and Claudia Flynn to get arrested. Either though both times that Tommy has kind of third-party snitched, he never signed his name on any type of paperwork to make him an official snitch either. But even going back to OG Power Season 2, when Tommy was in custody, right before his case got thrown out, he was about to snitch on Ghost and Angela, thinking that Ghost set him up. So with all that said, we could definitely end up seeing Tommy teaming up with Stacey Marx in the same type of way to advance his own cause while taking his enemies off the board. Because setting up Miguel to get arrested would be the perfect way to take him off the board while also keeping his hands clean with Mireya. And the same thing can be said about Ortega, and convicting Ortega is ultimately what Stacey needs if she's going to win the election. And now that Diamond has betrayed Tommy by making moves behind his back, he also has no reason to be loyal to Diamond either. But in regards to Stacey Marx, in her campaign for mayor, in episode 2, Stacey was given a list of campaign managers by Donna Jackson from the DNC. And she said that Stacey needed to make a decision soon. And I think we'll see Ramona Garrity get reintroduced to the Power storyline when she becomes Stacey Marx' campaign manager. Keeping in mind that Lennon teased a while back about bringing back an OG Power character into the storyline on Force Season 3. And 3 episodes into the season, Ramona's really the only character that's even been hinted at coming back into the storyline by potentially becoming Stacey Marx' campaign manager. And of course, we're also looking for the return of Ghost and for Tariq to also make an appearance. But when these happen, it will be towards the end of the season, while Ramona could come into the storyline as Stacey's campaign manager and fit right into the storyline that's already taken place. And since Stacey is currently running for mayor while also trying to navigate a divorce, Ramona Garrity would be the perfect campaign manager for Stacey Marx because the fact she also went through a very public divorce with her husband, the senator, and his affair scandal with a long list of call girls. And in regards to Tommy and Ramona, Ramona did see Tommy before when he was telling her that he needed to talk to Ghost. So she does know who he is and that he was connected to Ghost. And with that said, if Ghost is alive, Ramona Garrity returning to the story first could definitely be setting the stage for Ghost to return also. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.